What's up everyone? Welcome to my YouTube channel. So for today's video, we will be discussing about how to become a registered nurse here in Ireland. So without further ado, let's begin. Before we begin, just a few background about myself. I graduated nursing last 2013, but during that time, mahirap pa rin maghanap ng trabaho. Like, napasahan ko na yung majority of hospitals sa Metro Manila, but still feeling ko rejected pa rin yung applications ko. So I tried to look for other jobs, like in the BPO industry. I became a call center agent for a year, pero parang hindi ata siya talaga para sa akin. And then I decided to become a company nurse sa Makati, wherein I was able to experience being a nurse sa mga hotels, IT companies, as well as acute hospital kung saan nag-a-approve ako ng mga request for labs, procedures such as CT scan, MRI, yun yung mga common na ina-approve dati. And then after a while, parang hinahanap-hanap ko pa rin yung pagiging nurse sa isang hospital. So I decided to apply for a job as a staff nurse. I underwent their postgrad nurse training for 3 months. And then luckily I passed and got accepted. I worked in the intensive care unit for 1 year and 7 months. Those were my previous experiences in the Philippines before I became a registered nurse here in Ireland. Advice ko lang sa inyo guys, before kayo mag-abroad, make sure na ready kayo, prepared kayo physically, mentally, and emotionally. Ma-research kayo, tsaka matyaga kayo. So first things first, you need to secure your IELTS exam before working in an English-speaking country like Ireland. So ano nga ba tong IELTS? Ang IELTS ay isang exam na maraming nurses ang na-heartbroken, including myself, kasi twice ako nag-take ng IELTS. On my first take, my writing exam was 6.5, which was not accepted before, but now it's pretty much accepted in the UK and in Ireland. So, ito yung English exam wherein kailangan siya para safely makapag-practice ka as a nurse dito sa Ireland. It is composed of listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Dapat minimum of 7 ka doon. Dapat good user ka. And mind you guys, mahal mag-IELTS. Like, during my time, it was ranging from 9,000 to 10,000. Nakadalawa din ako, so that's 20,000. As much as possible, gusto ko siyang ipasa ng 1 take. But unfortunately, instead of 7, binigyan ako ng 6.5 doon sa writing ko. Hindi lang yun yung English test na pwede mong i-take. Kung nahihirapan ka sa IELTS, pwede ka rin mag-OET, which is profession-specific, or PTE.
So what I'm showing to you guys here is the NMBI Applicant User Guide. All applicants must satisfy NMBI that they have the necessary knowledge of English to communicate effectively in their practice. This is a requirement of the registration process. After qualifications are recognized, language competence is a critical aspect of patient safety. Katulad nga nung sinabi ko kanina. Communication is defined as speaking, reading, listening, and writing, and the applicant must provide evidence which demonstrates that he or she has met the required level of competence in these 4 mandatory skills. So, ang overseas applicants like us Filipinos, we need to follow the pathway number 3, kung saan we need to undergo English language test. So the applicant may submit a certificate of test results from either the International English Language Testing System, IELTS, or Occupational English Test, or OET. So 2 exams lang yung ina-accept ng Nursing and Midwifery Board of Ireland. Sorry, hindi pala nila ina-accept yung PTE. So right here, you will see for IELTS academic test, ang kailangan nila or ang nire-require nila would be the overall IELTS score of 7 with a minimum of 6.5 in any one component, whereas sa OET with a minimum of grade B in 3 components and a minimum of C+ in 1 component. Please note lang guys, they only accept IELTS or OET test results that are less than 2 years old. If your test results have expired, you will need to resit the IELTS or OET. You must provide IELTS academic test report form or TRF number or OET candidate number. And the NMBI will independently verify your scores and hindi sila nag-accept ng clubbing. They only accept 1 test results or 1 sitting and do not accept combined results.
My first take of IELTS was on May 2016, and then my second attempt was on August 2016. Then after securing my IELTS, I started applying sa mga agency for Ireland and I found the one in Pasig City. The staff were very approachable, i-assist ka talaga nila sa mga kailangan mo or mga tanong mo sa kanila. Ang requirements ng Ireland during that time were number 1, you passed your IELTS, and number 2, you have 18 months of post-license experience in an acute care hospital. Pag na-meet mo na yung requirements ng Ireland, magpapa-assess ka na sa NMBI or the Nursing and Midwifery Board of Ireland. So you will be filling out the overseas registration application request form, plus you will be paying the assessment fee of €350, which is reimbursable. Tapos isasend mo yon sa NMBI. Then after a while, isasend back ng NMBI yung overseas registration application pack via post doon sa address mo. And then i-complete mo lang yon. Ano ba yung application pack? Way to ng NMBI para i-verify yung degree na na-obtain mo from school, yung registration mo from PRC, and your experience from your previous employer. And then after completing them, you have to send it to NMBI via post. It will take a while para ma-complete yung assessment sa'yo. I passed my interview on November 28, 2016, and I received my decision letter on February 17, 2017. Itong itsura ng decision letter, guys. Doon sa application pack, guys, bibigyan kayo ng online account nyo sa NMBI para ma-monitor nyo yung progress ng application nyo. Kung na-receive na ba nila yung documents nyo from your school, from your employer, or from PRC. Kasi hindi pwedeng ikaw yung magsisend ng mga documents. Kailangan yung mga relevant authorities yung magsisend ng mga documents na yun. So yun na nga, mabilis yung mga pangyayari. After 10 days na na-receive ko yung decision letter ko, nagpidos na ako noong February 27, 2017. On March 2017, pinag-medical na kami ng agency sa isang DOH accredited clinic sa Makati. Ito yung itsura ng medical certificate, guys. After the medical, I applied for a visa at the Irish Consulate in Makati and I paid 5,000 pesos, which was reimbursed by the agency. And finally, guys, I made it. I arrived in Dublin on the 4th of April 2017 and started my adaptation program on the 10th of April 2017. And I officially became a registered general nurse on the 7th of June 2017. So I'm here in Ireland now for 3 years and counting. Yes! So that's it. That's my version of step-by-step process of becoming a registered nurse here in Ireland. Sa next video naman, i-discuss natin yung mga nagastos ko from the Philippines to Ireland. Thanks for watching!